This is not the usual cheese. You can't tell, but it's a vegan product and it's a creation of Freddy Hunziker and Alice Fauconnet, who are my guests today. And they're also in the run for the Swiss Economic Award this week. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
So what a crazy idea. I mean, if I think of cheese, I think of cows, of milk, but you sell in 500 shops in Switzerland, even in the UK, so it's quite successful. Why do you think it's so popular?
As much as we love the taste of cheese, and I love the taste of cheese, people are starting to realize that animal agriculture in general, and the dairy industry in particular, are unethical, they're inefficient, and they're unsustainable. And they've proven now to be unhealthy as well. So I think people, obviously, they want to keep their traditions and they want to keep eating something that they love in terms of taste, but they also want to consume in a way that is more aligned with their values.
This market, this food market today is really problematic, especially the dairy and meat sector. And I think it's an industry that should be disrupted. And I think to disrupt a food market, you need a product, you need education, and that's what we try to do with New Roots. We don't sell only a product that generates sales. We sell a product that comes with a message, an ethic, and that's what New Roots will always stand for.
You started this 4 years ago, you said, and when you had this idea, what were the next steps? I mean, as I said, it's a crazy idea in the beginning. How do you move forward? Did you just try it out?
At one point, we try to be as traditional as possible. And we work with the same cheese cultures as they are found in dairy cheeses. But at the other hand, it's a total different protein source. So that comes with a lot of challenges, especially with scaling up with the machinery, with the factory, and with the demand that is on the market right now.
But I heard that you were actually trying stuff out at home, no?
Yeah, exactly. That's how we started. Yeah,
really
exactly.
Experimenting.
Yeah, exactly. So there wasn't any good vegan cheese around. We experimented a lot with different protein sources, firstly from Switzerland, and then we found out about the cashew nut and found out that it's really one of the best protein sources right now that are great for the milk, that has the same pH as dairy milk. And you can work exactly the same way as producing dairy cheese. So it's a really cool alternative to dairy.
And what did people say when they heard about it the first time?
Yeah, from the start, people really liked it. It used to be a lot less good than it is now. But people always, really from the start, everyone was really surprised. And I was actually quite shocked at how well people reacted to, an alternative to dairy cheese, because we're in Thun, so we're in the heart of the Swiss Alps, and you see cows in the fields everywhere around our facility, and I was like, people are not really gonna like that, and people are actually surprisingly open-minded about it, and they like the taste, but I think a lot of people also really liked the idea.
Okay. So as I mentioned before, you were exporting to the UK. But are other plans? Do you have other plans to go abroad already?
So right now we're actually expanding. We're working on actually hiring people for the R&D. We're working on new products. We're also working on constantly new machinery to produce our products in a more efficient way, so that we can expand to the rest of Europe, and that's the goal for the next 3 years at New Roots.
And do you think you can make it? I mean, I guess it's not so easy. I mean, do you have investors that help you with that, to go abroad?
So right now, for the last 4 years, we've been an independent business, just because we wanted to stick to our ethics, and I think it's really hard to find mission-aligned investors, partners that share the same vision as you do. And so we just started to do a first seed round right now with a great partner from Switzerland that will help us to expand to different countries. Okay. And that also shares exactly the same visions as New Roots does, and so that we can assure that we stick to our ethics.
Okay, great. Yeah, because I can imagine there are places, in Switzerland, organizations that might give you funding, but for something that is going to be expanded in Switzerland, but not necessarily abroad. Do you face those issues, that it's harder to get someone supporting for abroad?
I think we got some funds from the Swiss government because actually we are an innovative startup that is also able to export their products, because right now in the quality we produce, it's not available in the Europe. And so I think the chance to find partners and investors is actually really easy for us, just for the funds.
Wow.
But I think it's really hard to find mission-aligned people and investors, partners that suit our ethics. I think this will be hard and is a really important part of our business.
Okay.
I think that any investor will see that the vegan market has so much potential, and I think it would be a little bit silly of them to only want to invest for us to grow in Switzerland, because we're going to reach a limit at some point. You know, Switzerland is a very small country. So I think anyone that has some kind of vision of, you know, the future for the vegan market will know that if they invest in New Roots, it has to, you know, reach the outside of Switzerland. Otherwise, we're, you know, going to be limited very quickly, I think.
Okay, great. What did you learn along this way as young entrepreneurs?
That having a personal life is a really good thing. I think we learned a lot. Obviously, I mean, we didn't have any business background, so we learned a lot about, obviously, about business and everything that comes with it. But we really learned that trusting our own vision really has a lot of value, and that's why we didn't take investors on board from the very start, is that we had a mission and we had a plan, and we didn't have much experience, but we really believed in our mission, and we realized that taking influence from the outside could really compromise this vision, and I think we really stuck to this, and this is something that now obviously we're going to take investment, but the core of our business is very strong because we did everything ourselves from the start. And that, I really think that's the lesson we learned, is that we need to trust our own decisions and only have people on board that are going to trust us as well in the same way, I think.
What does that mean that you were alone from the start? I mean, did you just take your own savings? Or?
We started with our own money, and then we worked with bank loans, so we could still be independent in the decision-making process.
Yeah, I think we also, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, we put our whole profits or revenue always into R&D, into new machineries. We literally, since the last 4 years, we never stopped investing. And I think today we can really benefit from this, and also to know what exactly it needs to go through all those processes if we now start hiring more and more people.
Okay. Well, I wish you good luck with your expansion and your business, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.